45 wasn't enough as Portland is now down 2-0.
Kahari Jones, Questy Sports. Dame, this is your first time in the Western Conference Finals. You're down OT. What's your mindset going into Game 3?
Just take care of home. We got to take it one game at a time, obviously. Game 1 didn't go as planned, but, we had a chance going into the fourth quarter and then made some adjustments tonight. 15-point lead at the half. They're a great third-quarter team. We weathered that storm, went into the fourth quarter tied, and, I thought we played a really solid fourth quarter as well. But they're a shot-making team. They moved the ball well. They're a championship club, so, down the stretch, they're gonna make those plays. They're going to give themselves a chance, and, it came down to the last possession, so I thought we gave ourselves a chance. We missed some shots. We had some turnovers. Lost the game, but, their job was to take care of their home floor, and now we got an opportunity to do the same thing.
C.J. Peterson, San Francisco Examiner. Damian, you went down pretty hard in a scrum with Looney in the third quarter. You looked to have maybe injured your chest or wrist. You were clutching a little bit during the game. How are you feeling, and maybe did that affect your game at all tonight?
No, it didn't affect my game. When you out there, you out there. It ain't really, no excuse. But I just dove on a loose ball, and a big guy dove on top of me. So, it was just impact, and that was it.
Damian and Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle. Did it cross your mind that this could be the last time you play a game at Oracle in your hometown?
Yeah, this is the last season they're gonna play in this building. So I knew that coming in. This is gonna be the last. This time I doubt this will be the last time. We planning on being back here. So that's it.
Joe Freeman with the Oregonian. Dame, could you just lead us through the last possession, that last play, and the steal for Miggy?
I got the ball. I think they knew we needed a three. I think it was under 10 seconds by the time I got a catch. And a quick two, we didn't have no timeouts left. I don't think that would have done much for us. So they knew we were going to go for the three. So I was just trying to get space to get a three up. I know it's a tough position for the referees to be in to make a call at that point in the game. But, I tried to get a little bit of space the first time. He grabbed my arm, and, I lost the ball a little bit. I regained it, and I was going to shoot it again. And he got his hand on the ball. For me, as the offensive player, I felt like it was contact. There was a lot of contact, but obviously the ref is not going to decide the game or jump in at that point. So they good defensive play.
Damian Mindy Bach, ABC 7 Sports. Draymond had 4 points and 3 assists in the Warriors' final 10 points that weren't free throws.
You said what? I can't hear you.
Draymond had 4 points, 3 assists in the Warriors' final 10 points that were not free throws. What makes him such a dangerous facilitator when you're out there trying to defend him?
He's a smart player, and when you got guys like Steph and Clay running around out there, obviously we're going to get him a lot of attention. And that's what we were doing, and he was the guy that they were outletting the ball to. And he's finding shooters, finding a lob guy. And, tonight, he got to the rim a few times down the stretch and finished. You don't want to give Steph and Clay open looks down the stretch. And that's the play that we want them to make, and he took advantage of it.
Dave, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. You spent a lot of time in front of Steph tonight, and you also spent a lot of time trying to find Seth. What did you see in both of their performances, and do you think they have a little extra for each other in this series?
They brothers. For me, having my own older brother, I know what it's like to go against your brother and what it means. They both know there's going to be a conversation about this at some point, when this series is over. And they're going to play like it. Every time we played them this season, Seth has played great against them. And I think it has something to do with him playing against his brother. But Seth played really well for us, gave us a lot of scoring off the bench tonight. I thought he guarded Steph well when he guarded him. And Steph is just always on the move, out there running around, coming off screen after screen after screen, and just looking to shoot the ball. That's what he does. That's what he is known for. So both guys play well tonight.
Tim McMahon, ESPN, for both you guys. As a team, you guys only were able to get one bucket in the last 4 minutes. What made things so difficult down the stretch for you guys offensively?
I think it's just a make or miss league. We had some good looks. I personally had some good looks. I had an open three I missed. I had a floater I missed late. I had a switch with Draymond. I missed a three-pointer. So I think it's just a make or miss league. They played good defense, but I can live with the shots I miss every day of the week. And I think, offensively, we had some pretty good possessions. We just didn't finish them.
Same. I thought we, they were putting a lot of tension on the ball. I thought we got the ball where it needed to go, and, shots just didn't fall down the stretch. And when ours didn't, they got out in transition and made shots. It went their way.
Will Gottlieb, Bleacher Report. Last game, you guys dropped back in the pick and roll. Steph was hitting pull-up threes. This game, you guys were up higher, and Draymond got loose and was able to make plays kind of in 4-on-3. Just for both of you guys, what's it like kind of having to pick your poison in that pick and roll situation?
I mean, it's what you see them do all the time. I mean, it's not different than anything they've always done. When they got Draymond with the ball in his hands and Steph and Clay moving around, coming off screens, you got to go to the ball because those guys shoot so well. And once Draymond gets it, somebody has to step up, and he's great about making the next play. And one guy is getting a lot of attention, and you got to find somebody who can get the ball and then make the next play because it's basically 4-on-3. So he's just really good at it. He's been playing with those guys for years now, and the experience shows. He's really good in those situations. So we just got to, I guess, do a better job of making sure once he does get it, the ball goes where we want it to go. So, that's it.
James Ham, NBC Sports. Game 1, Rodney Hood had a nice showing tonight. Seth Curry, Myers Leonard. How much do you guys need those guys to take some of the pressure off of both of you as scorers?
I think it's very important for those guys to continue to be aggressive. They're going to have opportunities to score and make plays, and I think tonight they all did that. I think our bench was great. A lot of guys stepped up and was ready to play. Seth hit some big shots for us. He defended well. Myers came in and made some of the right plays in the middle, hit some shots for us. ET was great distributing the ball. Rodney was aggressive again as always, and I think even though Zach was in foul trouble, he brought great energy. So we're going to continue to need that throughout the rest of this series and going forward next season.
CJ, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. Steve Kerr came right out and said, we stole one tonight. They played better than we did. I want to know if you agree with that assessment and what you think could turn the series in your favor given a tough loss.
They stole it, but they earned it down the stretch. They made more plays than us in the last 2 minutes, last 3 minutes. But I like our chances going forward. I like the way we came out and competed. We got to bring that same energy at home. Understand that this is the first time in 19 years we've been in the conference finals, so I know they'll be excited. And I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to play at home and build on what we've done. Obviously, being down 0-2, it's not what you'd like to see, but that's our reality. So now we got to go get some at home.
All right, thanks, guys.
From the podium to tonight's big play of the night, it's brought to you by DXL. Built to fit. Built XL. Andre Iguodala coming up with the steal to hold on to the victory. Man, making it tough on Lillard.
He's been around for a long time, still getting after it on the defensive end. Great hands down the stretch by Iggy.
Yeah, he made it tough, but I'm gonna give Dame some credit because, Grant, so many times we've seen where players at the end of the game, they try to lean on the official, right? They flop, they flail, they do everything, and I thought Dame accepted that. Hey, the guy made a good defensive play, clapped his hands, and he moved on. He didn't blame the official. He didn't try to flop, as we've seen so many guys flop, fall down, everything. I thought he was very manly in the way that he handled that situation, and also the way that, he and CJ handled their press conference, too. I really like everything that I'm seeing about those two as a backcourt, combination.
Guys, I want to get to the news of the night before we get you back out to the podium and hear from the Warriors players after their Game 2 victory. Matter of fact, Draymond Green's at the podium, so we'll get back to the news tonight with Kevin Durant in a bit.
Please, let's start back here about the fourth row center. Hey, Draymond, slightly to your right, Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press, Democrat. A couple questions. When you got your fourth foul, it looked like you really didn't want to come out. I just wanted to see if that was the case. And then the other question is, I think you played the last 7.5 minutes with 5. How do you play with intensity in that situation without picking up that number 6?
I mean, I don't think anyone ever wants to come out when you pick up a foul that may take you out the game, especially in a situation like this where, we're on our home court fighting, try to go to Portland with a 2-0 lead. And, when I picked up my 5th, I mean, if I'm going to be out there and play timid, then I may as well go sit on the bench, When you're out there on the floor, you got to give all that you got. And, I play aggressive on the defensive side of the ball, so I can't take that away because everyone on our team is used to me playing aggressive on that side. So if I stop that, they don't know what to do because they're used to me playing a certain way. So I just got to play and just try not to reach. If I just move my feet and don't reach, live with the results.
Front row center.
Hey, Draymond, Mark Medina, Bay Area News Group. With Steph and Clay doing this so often together, what sort of leadership qualities did you see them showing tonight, especially with KD being out?
I mean, I think their leadership was huge. Everything was going against us. Like I said, I was in foul trouble, and, they just kept going. They continued to fight. And, it was when we needed the most. We was down 17 points there in the third quarter, and we could have folded, but those guys continued to will us on both sides of the ball, and got us back in the game. And everybody who touched the floor, whether it was from the bench, whether it was starters, everybody was playing hard. And those two guys continued to will us, and we finally gained some traction and was able to turn the game around.
Front row right hand side.
Harvey Jones, Quincy Sports. Draymond, you have an opportunity to play for your 4th championship. What do you make of this great time in your career?
I mean, it's special, to be able to play for a 4th championship in 5 years, to be able to possibly three-peat. It's a special time and one that, you really try to relish. We know that, these runs don't last forever. And obviously there are so many questions and things that can possibly happen with this team this summer. So you want to try to take advantage of this opportunity and make the most of it. And, deal with the things that come after whenever those things arrive. But right now, we're focused on the task at hand and try to do something that hasn't been done in a long time.
Second row center.
Many times.
Second row center.
Draymond, Janie McCauley from Associated Press. The possession where the pretty bounce pass through the paint for the dunk by Iggy, and then the following one to hit Looney. How much were you just reading the defense and seeing the floor in those possessions?
I almost threw the one to Dre too soon because I knew with Steph flying off like that, both defenders was going to go with him and he was going to be wide open. As a passer, that's like heaven. You got Steph coming from all the way from the other side of the floor and flying off. And no Dre's about to slip to the rim with nobody there. Like, I almost got ahead of myself. But, just really reading and reacting. And then the one to Loon, the big step up. The lob is there. And so, just trying to take what the defense give me. They're really committing to the Steph, which means we got a 4-on-3 on the backside. And then they're keeping the guy on Clay's body. So at that point now it's 3-on-2 on the backside. And just try to take whatever's there and make the right read.
Second row right hand side.
Draymond, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. How aware are you of the dynamic and the back and forth of Steph and Seth Curry going at war in this series, especially the way it turned out tonight with Seth stealing the ball from him, hitting the big shot? And what do you think that's like for his parents up there in the crowd wearing their jerseys backwards?
I think as a parent, like, what more can you ask for? Especially, Sonya's amazing and I love her. But Dale, as a father who's played in the NBA, like, that's a completely different thing. And then obviously we all know a mother's love is like no other. So, you see the video on TV, Seth hitting the 3 and Dale standing there like this, just smiling, and Sonya's going crazy. Like, I can only imagine what that feels like. And then them too, who's, they've grown up in the backyard playing against each other their whole life, whether it's video games, was in the backyard playing one-on-one, whatever that is. They've, as a brother, I got a big brother. You compete your entire life. And to be on this stage, it don't get much better than this. Me on the outside looking in, I really don't give a damn. I hope Seth miss every shot and get destroyed by Steph. So, yeah, he had too good of a game tonight for my liking, but he was definitely amazing.
Fourth row, right-hand side.
Draymond, Nick Friedel, ESPN. We got the update on Kevin before the game. Obviously, you guys are a better team with him. I know you'd love to have him back. But at this point, are you guys mentally preparing as if he's not going to be back in this series?
I think you have to as a player. We can't sit and look over our shoulder and say, hey, man, when's K going to be back? We just got to play. With whatever we got to play and give him an opportunity to get back. And I think that's what really falls on our shoulders. Obviously, like you said, we're a much better team with him on the floor, and that's on both sides of the ball. But right now, we're a very confident group, and, we got everybody stepping up and giving great minutes, and that's what it's all about. So, hopefully he's back sooner than later, but, as a guy who's, in the war, in the battle every night, we can't sit and look over our shoulder and wonder when he or DeMarcus is coming back. We got to assume that they're never come this year. They're never come back. I know something will be made of that. We got to assume that they're not coming back and just play with what we got. And obviously we're hoping that they do, but while they're not out there, we just got to play.
Standing up, left-hand side.
Detroit, Jason Dumas, Crown Force Sports. You guys are down 8 late in the game, and it almost feels like at that point they're playing not to mess up, and you guys are out there playing freely and confident still despite the situation. Is that just confidence that develops over time, being in these type of situations year after year after year and being at the top?
I don't know if they were necessarily playing not to mess up. I mean, they missed a few shots that they normally make. You had CJ who had a couple great looks and they didn't fall. But, we've been here before, and when you're on a run like we're currently in, you've seen everything. And so down 8 points with, 4 minutes to go or whatever it was, just got to keep going because we know we can erase 8 points in a minute. And so always understanding that and having confidence in that is key, but at the same time, understanding what it takes and what needs to be done in order to do that is just as important, if not more important. And so I think, our experience and really, really paid off for us tonight, and just having a bunch of guys that's never going to quit.
Fifth row, right in the middle.
Colin Ward-Henninger, CBSSports.com. When other coaches, opponents are talking about your playmaking ability, they talk about your intelligence and your instincts. You touched a little bit on the instincts, seeing the defense step up and knowing what to do. But what about the intelligence part? Are you taking notes during the game on how the defense is playing you and knowing that next time this guy's going to do this and I'm going to make this play?
I think so. One thing Coach told me during the game, he said, Draymond, they're taking the lob away. You may just be able to get all the way to the basket. And so I think once I started coming out with the mindset of attacking and looking like I was going to attack, then at that point you really forced the defender to make a decision. Early on in the game, I was kind of coming out of the pick and roll and looking for the lob the entire time. I'm telegraphing it. And so, being a playmaker is something I take pride in. It's something I love to do. I love to make a play for someone else more than I even like shooting the ball. And I've been that way my whole life. Just thankful that they guarded whatever the way they did tonight and it was able to work for us.
2 last questions. First one, standing up, left-hand side.
Logan Murdoch, NBC Sports Bay Area. Jordan had another good game. I think it's like his 3rd straight good game in the playoffs. How have you seen him evolve over this season?
I think he's evolved mostly mentally. Obviously, he's shooting the ball better. He's more confident in his little 10 to 14-foot range. He's shooting free throws better. He's gotten more intelligent. I think all those things are great, but more important than all of that, his mental, his professionalism. I think that's where he's grown the most, and I think right now that's paying off for him the most. It's not like he's out there taking 7 mid-range jump shots. He's just playing hard. And so it's the professionalism. It's the staying ready, being in the gym nonstop, even when you're not playing for 10 games straight, staying in the gym, being there early, and getting his work in. That's what's paying off for him now. And, as a vet on this team, you see those things, and you know this guy been in the gym or he haven't, and when his number get called, he's either going to be ready or he's not. Have confidence in Jordan because we've seen him stay in the gym no matter how it was going all year long.
Final question, fourth row center.
Yeah, Tony Harvey, Sacramento Observer. Draymond, Iguodala, that last play of the game, you guys were really hyped up after he did that. It looked like you guys wanted to play immediately after that. What what's your thoughts on him, making that defensive play at the end of the game?
Oh, well, it's not a surprise because he gets that strip quite a bit. I think the most important thing right there in that situation is Dre's intelligence. You see Dame kind of break the three-point line and try to push off and step back. Dre was going to let him go. So once he tried to push off, Dre was already bracing for the push-off because he was trying to take the three away anyway. And so, so many times, as a player, naturally when a guy get by you, you're going to try to recover. That's just a mindset. Like a guy beat you, you're going to try to recover. Well, that's what he's trying to go for right there. I mean, we've all seen a million times Dame drive left, get his guy, and try to recover, and he step back shooting a three. We've seen that story before. Dre was ready for it. And no matter how far he had got by him or was about to get by him, he didn't try to recover. He just stayed on his hip, and he was ready to take the three-point shot away. And then I think at this point now that's a patented move for him where he's going to strip the offensive player when they go to try to shoot.